From real moats to minefields, here are 9 of the most heavily guarded homes on Earth. Number 9. The Zombie Bunker. In a world where The Walking Dead is one of the biggest TV shows on Earth, you might think that there are people crazy enough to want to build their own zombie shelter should the worst come to pass. And you would be right! In fact, not only does such a shelter exist, it exists in a place you might not expect, London, England. Although I'm sure there are more around the world. Known as the Zombie Bunker, this place was built head to toe to deal with the threat of not only zombies, but people who might want to try and break into the bunker to save themselves, even if it meant costing others their lives. Because, you know, if there's a zombie apocalypse, all those conspiracy theorists would have been right, and we will all be knocking on their bunkers for help. The place itself is layered with concrete and iron. Now, the person who built the zombie bunker wasn't stupid. They know that people have to move around inside of it as well as being able to see outside from time to time. So there are actually movable walls within the complex, and there are windows you can see out of course. But when it's in lockdown mode, the windows get concrete sheets put behind them, the walls on the inside are moved into defensive positions, and no one is getting in. Also clever is that the bunker features a drawbridge of all things to let people in or out. While it's fair to say the zombie apocalypse isn't coming anytime soon, I hope, if it does, the people who make it to the bunker have nothing to worry about. Number 8. Bill Gates' home. Bill Gates, the creator of Microsoft, the owner of DOS, one of the masterminds behind the Xbox, and one of the most charitable men on the planet. Gates has a reputation for being kind and generous and wants to help the world however he can. But that doesn't mean he wants people invading his privacy and getting into his massive mansion. And since he's a tech guy, he really does go all out. He has mines and an electrical fence. He has security cameras and sensors that can alert him and his family if there's a person coming. In fact, they can actually detect people from a mile away from the house. As if that's not enough, he made it so that trees and various plantations actually surround the house, making it so people can't get good, clear pictures of the property without getting a lot of greenery in the way. The ironic thing is, even if you're invited to the house, you have to go through special security measures. Mainly, you have to wear a special pin that will allow you to get through the security surrounding the house. A little too elaborate? A bit eccentric? Maybe, but when you're one of the most brilliant minds in the world, you have the right to go all out to protect yourself. Number 7. Fairfield Estate. From one rich mogul to another, we now head to the Hamptons. For those who don't know, this is where a lot of wealthy New Yorkers and other rich people go to during the summer months to get away from it all. All these rich people need security. As a side note, this area was the setting of the hit USA TV show Royal Pains, and they did a good job interpreting how rich and lavish some of the people in the Hamptons are, but nothing compares to the Fairfield Estate in terms of both lavishness and security. The property itself is owned by junk bond billionaire Ira Rennert, and he's not afraid to spend those billions, as you're about to see. The massive property he has in the Hamptons is worth about $248 million alone, which is one of the most expensive in the United States. And it is one of the largest homes in the US, with 62,000 square feet. But as the old saying goes, it's the inside that counts. Rennert is known for spending lots of money on rare things, and it is reported that he has $500 million worth of rare art inside the mansion's many rooms. It could have anywhere from 21 to 29 bedrooms, depending on who you ask. So naturally, he has to have a state-of-the-art security system to protect it all. The entrance alone is hard to get past. There's a massive security gate and wall keeping everyone out unless invited. Add to that, there's an army of security cameras, bulletproof glass windows, and more. Plus, the neighbors are always watching. If you're thinking about trying to rob this place, think again. There have to be easier targets. And now for number 6. But first, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest videos. Number 6. The Kardashians. The life of celebrities can be a bit complicated, full of pitfalls and dangers that us common folk can't really understand. While they seem to want to be showered with attention and share all their private details with the world, at the same time the Kardashians are adamant about their safety and their privacy. Only the best of the best in security guards are allowed to work at the Kardashian Manor, and if you don't agree to a pat-down by them, you're not getting into the house, not even if you're a friend of the family. Other security measures include motion sensors, cameras, a safe room, and more. Kim Kardashian is so concerned with being followed that she actually has a fleet of cars that are used every time she goes out. She takes one, security takes the others, and they bob and weave through each other to ensure no one knows where Kim Kardashian is, and hopefully can't be followed, unless she wants to be. The life of a celebrity. Be careful what you wish for. Number 5. The Corby family residence. We've already seen just how far certain rich people will go to protect themselves, but in the case of the Corby family, they take things really seriously. This place is a fortress. Safe security firm founder Al Corby built the house in 2001. SAFE is short for Strategically Armored and Fortified Environments, so of course his house has to be awesome. These millionaires from Hollywood Hills have gone to extreme lengths to ensure that their family is protected no matter what comes their way. Want some examples? Okay, well, California is known for earthquakes, so the Corbys made it so the foundation of their home, which is huge, has 30 feet of concrete. Nature won't be able to crack that. The house is also built to survive nuclear and chemical attacks, which is a whole other level of logistics and impressive on many levels. Should something happen to make them want to take cover, they have two options. It has not one, but two panic rooms where they can not only see everything via camera footage, they can control their very impressive security system, which is so advanced that it actually has the ability to release fog onto the grounds. Then they can make a quick getaway on their helipad. Or if there's an attack on a global scale and they want to be safe and secure, there is an underground bunker beneath the house that can keep them safe and fed for about 6 months. It's clear that this family takes their security very seriously. Number 4. Ryongsong Residence. When you're the leader of a country that isn't quite well respected, you better believe that you need a good security system. And in the case of North Korea, especially in light of recent events, that need for security has never been higher. Yet ruler Kim Jong-un has done very well in making the home of the royal family of North Korea very secure. Ryongsong Residence is nearly impenetrable. Just on the outside alone, it's pretty solid. There's an electric fence surrounding the whole place, armed guards positioned strategically around it, and then, as if that weren't enough, there's a minefield. Yes, a literal minefield that will blow you up if you step in the wrong spot. The walls of the residence are built to last as well, and not just random strikes, but full-on nuclear blasts. This place could literally survive a nuclear apocalypse should it come to that, and the zombie one that we were talking about earlier. But in case the family of Kim Jong-un needs to flee, they're covered because the property is built on secret tunnels that will lead them to various other safe houses. It's hard to say exactly what's going on at the residence because Kim Jong-un has also had it renovated several times already. Oh, and there's also apparently gas that will be released if someone breaches security and somehow makes it onto the grounds. So you'd have to be either really brave or really stupid to try and breach the Ryongsong residence. I'm just saying. Number 3. The Maximum Security Mansion. Okay, let's be honest here. If you live in a place that is called the Maximum Security Mansion, it better live up to the hype. And this one most certainly does. Located in Evergreen, Colorado, this mansion is without a doubt one of the most secure buildings on the planet. The cost of protecting this 32-acre estate comes in at around $6 million. That's a lot of protection, but then again, there's a lot to protect. One of the interesting things about the house is that there are numerous cameras watching over everything, and because of how advanced technology is nowadays, all you need is an iPhone to check them out. Now, yes, you need to have the login details and permissions from the security team on the estate to check it out, but it would be cool to view it, wouldn't it? Of course, it's a smart house. The house is so advanced that if someone somehow was able to break in, they have thermal scanning that can find footprints and break down exactly what kind of print it is within 20 minutes. It can also speak to the family, in its own way, to let it know if something is going wrong inside the house, whether it be a burglar or a disaster like a fire or a flood. So yeah, it really does live up to its name. Number 2. The White House. Is it really a surprise that the place where the President of the United States lives is on this list? Because it shouldn't be. The White House is one of the most secure places in the world. It has now housed 45 different presidents, and through the centuries of its existence, it's grown and evolved into one of the safest buildings ever, which again makes sense as it houses one of the most important people in the world. Let's start with the outside. Any pictures or photos you've seen of the White House shows a gate just outside it. What you might not know is that gate can take an impact from a massive vehicle and not even budge. Add to that, there are guards outside the gate and on the grounds itself, of course. So if you somehow made it past the gate, you would be taken down very soon after, which is what happened twice already if you recall those people that jumped the fence a few years ago. There must be a glitch. Oh, and if you were going to try and poison the president through his food, you wouldn't make it to his table. Why? Because all food that is brought into the White House is scanned and tested for poison off-site to ensure that nothing untoward gets inside. And obviously, the personal chef that the president has is vetted 6 ways to Sunday. So you can't get it on the ground. Well, how about the air? Nope. The White House has a personal radar system that can detect if anything gets too close to it, and the airspace above the White House is restricted, so flying over it is actually a crime. Add to that there's bulletproof windows, numerous guards inside the White House, and if I'm being honest here, I would bet that there are some secret security systems inside the building just to make sure that the president is safe and sound at all times. Number 1. Buckingham Palace. God save the Queen. In this case, literally. Much like the White House, Buckingham Palace is a popular tourist destination. But don't let that fool you. This place is one of the most heavily guarded places in the world. And despite some scares and breaches of security on a small scale, its defenses have never truly been breached. Let's start with the obvious. The place is surrounded by guards, each of them unwavering in their dedication to making sure that the Queen is safe, as well as the various other people that live in Buckingham Palace. In fact, at night, the guards do a special ringing task that makes sure that none of them fall asleep accidentally. Also, the roads outside the building are closed when visiting hours arrive, and the police are brought in during those hours to ensure that nothing goes wrong. The Queen has had panic rooms put in to protect the royal family from attacks, poison gas, bombs, and all kinds of other threats. Details, of course, are secret, but it is reported that royal security is estimated at £128 million a year. Thanks for watching! How safe is your home? Would you ever live in one of these houses? Let us know in the comments. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!